have been feeling a bit under the weather for the last 3 or 4 days, and that has really impacted on the running. Hi guys, well, you can see from that bit of footage I had a great birthday earlier this week. My wife Trish, she spoilt me rotten with some great gifts. And then later on we went to one of the local breweries not too far from home called Brewdog, which is pretty close to the Brisbane River. Actually almost underneath the Gateway Bridge. Great setup, and we had a really good time there. And if you let me indulge a little bit towards the end of the video, I'll show you a little bit more footage from the brewery. And went to the brewery with a couple of good friends, Lee and Tracy, and they gave me this. It's a dot painting which they did of the Running Duck Effect logo, and thank you very much to them for that. And also guys, before we get into the running side of things over the last few days, thanks everyone too for the birthday wishes on comments, and very much appreciated. Yeah, 54, so I've given one heart rate beat per minute back to the MAF, and well, it hasn't gone real good this week because I have been feeling a bit under the weather for the last 3 or 4 days, and that has really impacted on the running to the extent where the 8-kilometre time trial that I had planned earlier in the week, I just abandoned because I just haven't been feeling 100%. So I've got this bit of a tummy bug at the moment, so I'm getting probably about 30 or 40 minutes into a run, and I'm basically just hitting the emergency panic button and rushing to the nearest toilet. Not ideal. The heart rate sort of really does suggest that I am struggling a little bit at the moment health-wise. Just going to take things easy for a few days now and just be flexible with the plan. You know, you do need to be flexible with any sort of running plan that you have, because there's going to be days when you're not feeling 100%. And there's no good pushing through any sort of planned hard session that you may have when you're not feeling great, because all you're going to do is just make things worse going forward. You're probably going to feel a little bit worse if you do try and push through those hard days. Then you're probably going to leave yourself pretty flat, feeling pretty ordinary even the day after or a few days after that. Flexibility is really a key with any sort of running plan that you have, and that's just what I'm doing at the moment. Today, when I'm filming this, is Wednesday. When you're watching this video, that'll be yesterday. I'm actually going to take a rest day today because I just feel a little bit flat and don't really want to be too far away from a toilet, to be honest. I guess what I'm trying to say is that, you know, if you're not feeling 100% when you have got hard sessions planned, then really have a good think about whether it's worthwhile doing it. It's no good pushing your body when it's not in great shape. I've always said on the channel that you need to listen to your body. It's the great barometer, I suppose, with running. Look, if you're not feeling 100%, then any planned hard session is probably not going to be done to quality that you want to. Listen to the body, guys, and make sure that you're on top of things when you do those hard sessions, because I've done it in the past where I've sort of pushed through when I haven't been feeling too well, and you do come out the other side not feeling great, and it has left me a bit flat in the past. So now that I'm into my mid-50s, I really do listen to the body more and more. So at the moment I'm not feeling crash hot. You know, I'll take a little bit of downtime. Next couple of days probably just turn the legs over, you know, drop the mileage right back, stay close to toilets I suppose, and just see if I can't kick this stomach bug to the curb. That's where we are at the running stage of things. Really not a lot to report there. Just want to do a quick update on the coaching offer that I mentioned in the last video. If you missed that video and don't know what the coaching offer is all about, I'll put a link to that video up there. But just quickly, I'm offering 3 lucky viewers the opportunity to have a tailored coaching program prepared by myself. It'll be an 8-week program, and all you need to do is submit an application to be a part of that. And there's a few questions that you need to ask which were on that video, so go back and check that video, guys. It's been a really good response so far. I did say in that video too that I would announce on the channel the 3 lucky recipients on July 16. Just need to probably clarify that by saying that I will close off submissions on July 13, so that'll give me just a couple of days to work through everything and select those 3 people to take part in that coaching program. Now, the main stipulation with that coaching offer is that you just need to be a subscriber to the channel. Check that video out, all the details are there. So I'm really looking forward to that and working with those 3 people and seeing how it goes. The reason I'm doing it is just because I want to sort of move now into the coaching side of things with my running, just help out a few people and also give me a little bit of coaching experience. Check that video out, and if you're interested, get your submissions in. Now, this weekend was meant to be the Gold Coast Marathon, but obviously with the COVID-19 that was cancelled about a month or so ago now. But they are doing a virtual running event that began on the 1st of July and runs through until the end of July. And basically you can do a selection of distances from 5K right through to the marathon. You can do one or you can do all of them. And well, I've stuck my hand up and I'm going to do the big 4, which is the 5 kilometres, the 10 kilometres, the half marathon and the marathon. I'm not going to do all of them at race pace, really just registered to have a bit of fun with it. Obviously that's all dependent on this tummy bug disappearing in the next few days, but my plan is just to run that marathon as a training run. The half marathon I don't know, I may have a crack at, but the 5 and the 10K will definitely have a good go at those, and it was really good of the Gold Coast Marathon organisers to put this virtual running event on. It's a free event. All you have to do is just jump on the website and register. You can just register for any of those events that you want. Thanks very much to the organisers of the Gold Coast Marathon. I know it must be a difficult time for them and all race organisers here in Australia and overseas as well, because who knows what's happening with the COVID-19, what you can do and what you can't do. Just on that as well, still haven't heard anything more about the Sydney or Melbourne marathons in September and October. Melbourne is currently going through another wave of the COVID. They've got quite a few hotspots down there and they've just brought in some more restrictions. Melbourne Marathon is, I reckon, would be looking pretty doubtful, but... So I was just about ready to sign off on tonight's video when I received this email from the Melbourne Marathon Festival asking me to take part in a survey, and it seems like they're still considering holding an event of some sort. It'll be interesting to see what comes from this survey, so maybe I was a little bit premature in saying that the Melbourne Marathon was doubtful. This is the first sort of correspondence we've had from IMG, the organisers of the marathon, for quite a few months in regards to the COVID-19 situation, especially in Victoria. We'll have to watch this space. The New Zealand events, which I've talked about in the past, the Auckland and the Queenstown marathons, I believe are still full steam ahead because New Zealand is right on top of the COVID. However, here in Australia, we can get to New Zealand in that October-November time frame. Who knows what the travel restrictions will look like later in the year. Also, I have entered the Gold Coast 50, a 50-kilometre event held along the Gold Coast here in Queensland. It's set down for December 6th. You know, fingers crossed that we might be able to get that event done. And it would be a really great lead into doing the Tarawera 100K Ultra Trail, which I'm doing in February. All right, guys, not very exciting today, but that's about what's happening. Just trying to get over this illness. Like I said earlier in the video, I'm going to indulge in a little bit of the birthday celebrations from Monday, so that's going to follow after this. If you want to stick around and see what happened there at the brewery, do that. If not, stay safe, guys. Happy running, and I'll catch you in the next video. Hooroo.